Welcome to Destination Staffordshire's Practical Marketing webinar. This webinar is split into three different sections, the first part of which is about identifying and defining what you sell and the customer journey. All of these webinars approximately are 20 to 30 minutes long, and we would suggest that this webinar is ideal for those of you who are either at the beginning of your marketing journey or you are already an established business, but actually taking it back to some basics and you refining and refreshing might be useful to your business. So as I've already mentioned, this is a three-part webinar. And what we're going to cover over the three webinars are the customer's journey, understanding what you're selling and why, defining your customers, how best to market your business, and bringing a plan together. In this webinar, in the first one, we're going to be talking about the customer journey and understanding what you're selling and why. The customer journey is something that can be defined as a process in which most customers will go through. However, this is just a framework. It's worth remembering when you are looking at your marketing that that you have a think about what is in fashion, trends, current economic status, whether people are interested in staycations, particular lifestyle choices like veganism or relaxation or holistic approaches to life. It's important to be aware of those elements and features that might start to influence the customer journey at any particular time. But we can certainly think that these following stages are the kind of form the groundwork of a basic customer journey. So to start with, we're going to have a little look at dreaming. Dreaming is where the customer journey always starts. It's the time when people are idling in their office, having a little look on their phones, sitting with their iPads late at night with their slippers on, dreaming about overnight and can't get to sleep, desperate for some relaxation, looking to reduce stress. Maybe they have been given the task of sorting out mom's special birthday, or maybe they're just looking to have a break away from normal and everyday life. You will notice as I'm talking about this that actually I'm talking about lots of different emotions. I'm talking about feelings. I'm talking about dreams and aspirations. I'm not really talking about stuff. I'm not really talking about the details about whether a bedroom's got a king-size bed or a double, whether it's ensuite, how many miles it is from a particular visitor attraction. You'll notice that the dreaming phase is very much about what people are hoping and dreaming that their leisure time or activity is going to give their life. They are looking for added value in their life. And it's really worth remembering that at this dreaming stage, you, as a business who is marketing, needs to understand what people are looking for, and are you providing the answers to that as part of your marketing? There's quite a lot of evidence showing that Google searches are evolving in terms of how us humans use it, and we're beginning to use it in very much a feelings way. So for example, rather than using the word luxury when we're looking at hotels, for example, we're now using words like relaxing, tranquil, de-stressing, fun for the family. We're beginning to use those emotional words rather than luxury. Luxury is now assumed. It's assumed that you're going to have Wi-Fi, a flat screen telly, and a lovely, decent, comfy bed to sleep in, for example. So the dreaming is really around those other things that are so important to us. And if we're going to spend our hard-earned cash on a leisure activity, we often invest a lot of emotion into that. We imagine the day or the break or arriving. We imagine being there and what it will feel like. So when you're thinking about your marketing and how your marketing fits into this dream stage of the customer journey, does your marketing do that? It's worth having a little look at what you're already doing or what you had planned to do, and have a little think about how your marketing fits into that dream phase. And we're going to revisit this a little bit as part of this first part of the webinar when we talk about what you're selling and why. But moving on to the next stage of the customer journey, we're now talking about planning. So somebody has spent quite a lot of time in that dream phase and then now moving towards the planning. This again will mostly happen online. It will mostly happen on a mobile device, and it will probably happen outside working hours. So don't ever assume that as part of this planning process that you will be contacted yet as a business. It's really important that people are able to find all the information they need for their planning online and easily, and at any time of the day or night. So again, when you think about your marketing, think about how you are providing all the information as easily as possible as part of somebody's customer journey in that planning phase. Or are you saying at any point, please give us a call for special requirements, for example? Because this can be hugely inconvenient and quickly and easily put somebody off, and they'll move on to somebody else. So planning phase is something accessible? Is it near enough to somewhere else? Are there enough bedrooms? Can I get, is there availability at that particular time? Can I get all the family in? Will it entertain everybody? Is it within my budget? All these sorts of bits of information need to be easily available. And as part of your marketing, not only does it need to sit there on your website, for example, but you also need to encourage people to visit that bit so that you're helping them move along that customer journey, encouraging them without being too bossy to move from dreaming to planning. We then take the next step of the customer journey into booking. It goes without saying that booking needs to be online and it needs to be seamless. For a long time, we've been talking about booking having to be immediate, that people can check availability, book, pay a deposit without ever having to speak to a human, and that they can do it at 3:00 in the morning if they want to. This is still key for the customer journey. It's really important that at that special moment when they've gone from planning and chosen you, that at this precious moment and this special moment, you haven't messed it up by not providing the opportunity for them to book easily and quickly. That's not to say that people don't like to ring up, but most of all, people like to tick it off the list, get the job done, and move on. Again, think about your marketing. Are you providing enough information to help people get to that booking phase? Are you encouraging them to move from planning to booking? Are you giving them every opportunity to do it without being pushy and salesy, as you would call it? So it's really important that we understand what that booking phase means. And also it's quite a scary time because they're just about to part with some cash. They're going to part with some money. So it's really important at that moment that you have provided every amount of reassurance as part of your marketing. This takes us to the next stage of the customer journey, and that's experiencing. Experience is a word that we're going to revisit again and again as part of this first part of the webinar on practical marketing. Experience really is at the heart of every tourism activity, whether you're staying overnight, having fun with the family, going to a cafe, whatever it is. Experience is key. So at that experiencing phase, are you providing every opportunity within your marketing to show your customers or potential customers what it's like to experience where you are? And also, are you providing them every opportunity to share that experience, moving on to the last stage, so that they can share what they value in your place, your event, with those people who are in their dreaming phase? This is so important because you, as a small business, for example, might never be able to access all the customers in your audience or potential customers. But if people are advocating on behalf of your business for you, then that is gold dust in any tourism business. So again, think about these last two stages of the customer journey. Are you providing them every opportunity to share, and are you giving them such a good value experience that they want to share, more importantly? So this could be simple things like little upstands on tables to say, do tag us in, find us on Facebook, here's our Twitter account, this is our Instagram. You might want to incentivize that. So the best photograph of our place each month gets a 10% discount next time they visit. We pull one out of the hat. Or for anybody who places a review, we pull out one of those people and they get a little prize draw. Or it could be something super simple, like you remind them you have free Wi-Fi so that they can get online and start to share their experiences immediately. So have this customer journey in your mind as we move on to the next stage about the what and the why. What are you selling it? Much more importantly, why? Now, a lot of you might be thinking, goodness me, this is basic. Of course we know what we're selling. We have a 2-bedroom bed and breakfast with ensuite bathrooms. Yes, you do. And that's really important. But it's really important to think about that word experience. People are buying the why in a business, and they're buying experience. They're very rarely buying the bed and the ensuite room. Yes, they are buying that, but that's not what they think they're buying. They're buying those things they were looking at the dream phase of their customer journey. So they're buying relaxation, tranquility. They're buying moments of peace, moments of joy. They're buying magic moments. They're buying memories for the future. They're buying a giggle. They're buying all those emotions. So when they part with their money, experience is so important. So in terms of your marketing then, are you selling the stuff or are you selling experience? Are you on your website, on your social media platforms, in your leaflets, are you selling your 2-bedroomed accommodation with ensuite bathrooms and a flat screen TV, the stuff? Or are you selling fantastic, cozy, tranquil cottage, 2 bedrooms, ensuite, luxurious with a view to lose yourself in? You can begin to see the difference. And never ever underestimate the power of that, especially in this very busy world. In that dreaming and planning phase, people have browsed on the internet for hour upon hour. They have lost track of which tabs they've got open. They've forgotten exactly what their budget was. They've gone left of field and thought about, we were going to have a weekend away and we've got a £250 budget. But quite quickly, like all of us, they fall in love with somewhere that's going to be £300 for the weekend. People will always pay more if they feel that they're either going to learn something new, be the first amongst their friends to experience something, or that it's going to add real value to their life, because that's going to provide them with the stress-free opportunity, or it's going to provide them with those memories, or it's going to provide them the opportunity to fully relax. So never ever underestimate the power of marketing experience over stuff. And really, as a result of this, your customers want to know why. They want to know why your business is in existence. What is the motivation of your business? Why do you get up every morning to provide that 2-bedroom bed and breakfast? The why is very important, especially, as I've already mentioned, in this very busy digital world. If you have a street with 5 bed and breakfasts along it, why do customers choose one over another? Evidence shows it's very rarely about the bottom line cash, and it's often about reviews, but more often it's about how they imagine they're going to feel when they arrive. And that feel will come from their website, it'll come from maybe images, video, but it'll also come from the story that is told on that website. So it'll come from the website or the business that best describes the dedication that they put into breakfast, the passion they have for the area, the local knowledge that they possess, their enthusiasm for welcoming your dog, the care and attention they put into sourcing your breakfast sausages. All that storytelling as part of their marketing will be the reason a customer chooses one bed and breakfast over another. And that can be shown in lots of data over and over again. And if you then are struggling to think about, oh gosh, what's our story? What's our way? Have a little look at the testimonials and the reviews you've already had. What are the things that are being repeatedly mentioned by your previous customers? Occasionally people mention a comfy bed, but more often than not, it'll be the amazing breakfast or the beautiful sunrise or the sunny bay window where they had their breakfast, or the friendly owner who knew so much about where to walk with the dog, or the owner's dog that wandered into the breakfast room and was really cute. It's that storytelling, it's that experience which is often the thing that's mentioned in reviews, rather than the fact that the mirror was a little bit small or the cupboards opened inwards or outwards, which is kind of the stuff. So you need to become a storyteller in your business. So when we talk about content in the later sections of this practical marketing, when we talk about content in any of our webinars around social media, this is what we mean. It's telling the story of what's inside your business and the dedication and love that you show to provide the experiences that those customers had in the dream phase of their customer journey. So at this point in the webinar, it's really useful, and for any of you who are taking notes, then that might be really good, to note down some of the things that you're selling. So it could be products or services, but it's more likely to be services. So you have a king size double with an ensuite, you've got a twin room, you've got a family room, or maybe you have 3 events running across the year, or maybe you are running an outdoor attraction with a picnic area and a small cafe. Write those things down, the stuff, and then on the column next to it, write what the experiences are around those bits of product. So, for example, if you have an outdoor picnic area, okay, that's stuff, that's good. You're providing a service, people can bring their own picnic. That's a good piece of product that you have in your business. But imagine what experiences that gives to the family. It gives children freedom. It means that people can enjoy the nature around them. They can spot the local birds. Maybe they can sit in the sunshine. Maybe there's an ice cream kiosk where the whole family across all generations can sit down and enjoy some old-fashioned fun. Maybe there's a little play area next to the picnic area where your children are safe and you can enjoy and take photographs. So you can start to see here how experience is so much more important than the stuff that you're selling. And then when you think about what you're selling, when you think about what am I going to write about in my social media posts, how am I going to describe my business in this advert I'm placing, how am I going to fill in the text and the context of my website, these are the experiences that you can start to describe, and never ever shy away from the importance of feelings. Feelings are really key here because that's what we search for. We've already said at the beginning of this webinar, we search for with words like relaxing, tranquil, stress-free, quiet, fun. We talk about those sorts of words when we're searching for a destination over the stuff, as we talked about before. So while you're describing those experiences, talk about the feelings that may well have been evident in their dream phase. So as we move through that what and why, we think about the feelings associated with our business. I've already asked you to note down all the product that you sell, and then in a column next to it, start to try to match that up with the experiences that you know that your customers already have. Have a little through your testimonials and reviews. Have a think about what's important to your customers that you already know about. If you're a brand new business, don't be concerned. Have a look at a similar business somewhere else who might be providing the similar sorts of experiences you're hoping to, and see what their reviews say. See what their customers are saying about them You will find those words, those feelings words again and again. Then as we start to think about bringing those words into your branding. Now, we're not talking about branding today, but branding isn't something for the big corporate businesses. It's also for small businesses too, because it's important that quite quickly and easily a customer who is in their dream or planning phase and they're searching through the internet or they're looking through a magazine, that they quickly pick up the feelings and experiences behind your business. So, for example, you are a bed and breakfast in Staffordshire. Do you write down that you're 4-star luxury with 4 bedrooms? You could, and a lot of businesses do. Or do you have as your little strap line, find tranquility, relaxation, and dream views in Staffordshire, for example? Because the luxury, the 4-star, will be assumed. People will assume that you're nice, and they will then go and find that out when they start to dig around in their planning and booking phase to double check. But you want them to fall in love with those feelings words and those experiences. So can you distill your business into 3 keywords that describe the very essence of what your business feels like? Is it about relaxation, tranquility? Is it about fun and memories? Is it about nature and the outdoors? Is it about experiencing wildlife? And think about the experience and feelings words around that and start to describe your business as that instead of just another bed and breakfast or a picnic area or a cafe, because that won't help you stand out next to a competitor. That won't help your customers dive to you as they're in their dreaming and planning phase. So we've talked quite a lot today in this first part of the webinar about the customer journey, which is really important. So you need to think about where it starts, dreaming, moving into planning, and then booking, experiencing, and sharing. And think about, it might be worth writing this down, how your business marketing fits into each stage of that journey. Do you provide marketing for all those stages of a customer journey? Or do you jump from telling them about what you do and then please book? Are you missing out stages of that customer journey? And you'd be surprised quite often how businesses are missing out a little missing link as part of the journey. So have a little look at that. Then we've already talked about the what and the why in your business. Don't ever underestimate how much people want to know about the people behind your business, why you have your business, what's important, what are the values of your business, why do you get up every morning and provide this particular product or service for your customers. You do need to become a storyteller. And as the marketeer Seth Godin said, people don't buy stuff, they buy relations, stories, and magic. And if you think about anything that you buy, that's exactly what we do. We very rarely buy just items. We often buy because of feelings and experience. So then we've talked about listing down your products and then creating experiences out of them. Don't be afraid to use the word feelings words, because evidence shows that that's how people search. And Google has got lots of evidence about feelings words being used as part of search terms these days. And then try to distill your business into 3 words. So 3 experience words rather than 3 bits of stuff. It will make a huge difference to how you market your business. And remember to talk to your audience in the language of their dreams. Remember that you are selling the feeling that they're going to have when they have visited or stayed with you. So that is, you are selling the feelings somebody is going to have during and after they have visited or stayed with you. So remember that key phrase. So thank you very much for listening to this final bit of the first bit, rather, of the Practical Marketing webinar. For any of you who are now interested and you've done those little bit of exercises, then you can move to part 2 of Practical Marketing. Thank you.